All right, you guys, welcome back to class. This hour is a speaking hour, and our topic is going to be childhood. Okay, so I have a list of questions that we're going to go through, talking about our own childhoods. Okay, things that happened, things that we enjoyed doing, things that we hated doing. Okay, and yes, so I have my list here. I'll give this to you right now. All right, as well as here in the chat box. Okay, so I have it both in the Google chat as well as in the Verbling chat, so you guys can check them out. Okay, and let's see who we have in class so far. Juan Marcos, how are you?
Fine, Chad, and you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. And Juan Marcos, have you been in my class before?
Yes. Well,
Was it?
I already changed the picture. I'm the one from Guatemala City.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah, because I think I've had two, and I keep getting you guys confused. There's a Jose Marcos and a Juan Marcos.
Oh,
You obviously that has been coming into class, and I keep getting you guys mixed up. So yeah. So tell me, how's everything going for you?
well, I think I'm fine.
Good.
Yeah, and in this moment, I want a Coke. Really. So after
Yeah.
the class, I'm gonna get a Coke.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. It's a very delicious drink. My favorite by far.
Really?
Yeah, I love Coke Zero is my drink. I really enjoy drinking Coke Zero. But yes, very cool. Welcome back to class. Good to have you here. All right. How
Thank you.
about Bali? How are you?
Hey chat, I'm doing well. You?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking. How was your weekend?
My weekend very relaxing.
Uh-huh.
Like always. Just beach, hammock, doing nothing, being lazy.
Hanging out in the beach in the hammock. There you go.
Yeah. What about you?
Mine was lazy as well. We celebrated my daughter's birthday, and then it was lazy afterwards. So
Ooh,
Sunday was great. I got to hang out and watch TV. We went to the park. Had some good times. I called my family back in the United States, and we Skyped for a while, things like that. So
yeah,
yeah, it was pretty relaxing. Very good.
nice. How old
Yeah.
is she now?
My daughter is 7 now. Wait, yeah, she's 7.
Okay.
And my
Cool.
son's birthday is actually today. He turns 9.
Party. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, he wants to have some pizza. So we're gonna have pizza tonight, and then his cake, and then we got. He already opened one of his gifts. We got him three gifts. We got him a watch. He wanted a watch, um, one of the digital clock watches. He likes watches. I don't like watches. I don't like to have. It took me a while to get used to my wedding ring. I don't like to have things on my body like necklaces or anything like that. I don't wear hats. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It took me forever to get used to wearing a headset too. I can't handle having other things on me. So yeah, he likes watches. So we got him a watch, and then a car that he wanted to
Nice.
get, and then a book. He wanted a book of animals. So we got him an encyclopedia that has all these. It's like an animal encyclopedia. So he should
Uh,
be really excited. So
by the way, don't talk me
yeah,
so much about birthday party because I could go like Guerrero. You mean what is that?
you could go Guerrero, eh?
Yeah. Voy a gorrear fiesta ajena.
There you go. Cool. Well, welcome back to
Nice to
class.
see
Good
you
to have
again.
you here.
Yeah.
All right. And Alpha, how are you, Alpha? Alpha, is your microphone working okay? All right. Well, when you want to talk, go ahead and jump in. All right. Nura, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for
Travel.
asking. Very good. All right. So we may have a smaller class this hour, but that's okay. Our link to what we're checking out is right here. Okay, I put it in the chat box. Okay, when you open it up, this is what you're going to see. Okay, here we are.
Well, yeah. Now with the tickets, there are just a few students in classes.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little different, but that's okay. All right, so yes, we have
Yes, but
what's
go ahead.
that?
Go ahead. Sorry.
So let's we're going to be talking about childhood today. Okay, and so I've got a list of questions, and we're going to roll through and answer as many as we can. All right, and so let's go ahead and start over on the right hand side with Nura.
Yes, teacher.
And Nura, let's see here. Okay, this question. When you were a child, did you play outside? And if you did, what did you like to play outside?
Yeah, I played outside with my friends, and I'd like to play football.
Oh, really? So you enjoyed playing football with your friends?
Yeah, I can
Great.
play it very well.
Cool. That's great. You're
Yeah.
probably much better than I am because I have not played football in a very long time.
Wow, that's great.
Great. All right. Let's see. How about Juan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Juan. Let's see. All right. So when you were younger, what was your favorite subject in school and why?
Well, it could be a little bit weird, but I really liked math. Uh, I don't know why. Maybe because I have ability or skills for
Hmm.
numbers.
Great. Yeah, I loved math. I could do math all day long. Still, even today, for fun, I do math problems, but they're like word problems and things like that. I have a book of math quizzes and things like that I do. It's crazy, but yeah, I love math. Math is great.
Yes.
So yeah, it's not that strange because I'm the same way.
Okay, so you are weird or we are normal? I don't
Uh,
know.
we are normal to us, but I think we're probably weird to everybody else.
Okay.
All right, let's see. How about body and body? Let's see what we have here. Um, okay, body. How old were you when you learned to ride a bike or a bicycle?
Well, I had a bicycle when I was like 3, 4, but with the things
The
to help to don't fall.
training training wheels are what they called. Training wheels.
Yes, training wheels. Then a friend of mine almost had an accident with the bike. So my mom, no more bike, and then I had to learn when I was 12.
Uh-huh.
Without my mom, and my mother didn't know that. So yeah, 12 or 30, something like that.
Okay, so 12 or 13. All right, very cool. Let's go to Daniela. How are you?
Fine, thanks, and you?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much for asking. Um, let's see here. Now, we're talking about childhood, Daniela,
Okay.
and I'm going through some random questions, okay? So, do
Mhm.
you remember anything about your personality when you were a child?
I think I was very sad.
You were very
uh,
sad?
yes, I was cried. I used cried very much when I was a child.
Why
I'm
so? Why were you sad?
I don't know exactly, but I am only child, so
Uh-huh.
I haven't got any brothers and sisters. So I used to be alone for a long time.
Hmm.
I hadn't more friends, so I hadn't a good impression, a good idea about my childhood.
Oh no.
Sorry.
That's a bummer. That's a bummer. Okay, so you were a little sad because you didn't have any brothers and sisters and didn't have a lot of friends to play with. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing. Let's go to Juan Sepulveda.
Right.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
see here. Whoops. Let's go to this one. All right. So, as a child. Okay. So, were you a good student as a child? Did you enjoy going to school?
Not really. I was sleeping. I was sleeping all the time. I remember it because I was really lazy, right?
Uh-huh.
So I remember when a teacher called my mother. My mother were next to the school, right?
Yeah.
So my mother was working next to the school, and I was sleeping. One time I was sleeping on the, what is the name of the table when the kids study?
Um, like in the library?
No,
Maybe
The share,
desks.
the share.
Okay, so the desks in the classroom?
yes, but okay. Wait a second. Inés, wait a second. Desk, yeah, the desk. So I was sleeping on the desk,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah.
And the teacher go go away, go away outside of the school,
Uh-huh.
and knock the door to the office of my mom,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And my mom with her was in the classroom, right?
Yeah.
And my mom take my hair and shave my head. Yeah, it was really, really, really weird. But anyway,
That's funny.
yeah, but anyway,
Okay. All right. So you weren't the best student in school. All right. That's fine. Let's see. Let's go to I think we started off with Nura. So Nura, let's go to you. And okay, how about this here? So Nura, were your parents super protective? Now that means that they wouldn't let you go out with your friends. Okay, and this may be when you were maybe a child. Maybe you couldn't go to the park by yourself. You couldn't do things by yourself. They would always have to be there watching over you. Were your parents like that, or did they give you a lot of freedom?
No, they weren't allowed to me to go by myself with my friends. I could play with my friends close our house.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so they would let you go and play with your friends. See, my parents let me do that too. I used to leave the house like in the summertime when I did not have school. I would leave the house at like 9 in the morning and I wouldn't come back until about 8 o'clock at night. And I'd just be playing all day long. It was great. It was good times.
Yeah.
But yes, with my children, because we live in another country, and this is mainly because we lived in Honduras for such a long time. We're really protective, and so we're always looking out for people, seeing if they're going to do crazy things or whatnot. But yeah, here in Costa Rica, it's a little bit safer, and so we're not as protective. But yeah, we were for a long time. Very good. Let's.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Yes, is it safe in Costa Rica for children to play at night?
Depending on where they are playing. Um, here it's very interesting because it gets dark at about 5:30, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Okay, around
Yeah.
there, and it gets dark at that time every day. So I've seen teenagers like right out here. Like if we were to walk right outside my door here, I have a park that's out in front of my house, and
Yeah.
usually at about 8, 9 o'clock, something like that, there's still some teenagers hanging out in the park and stuff, and it's pretty safe. Now I would say probably past 10 or 11 o'clock at night, it may get a little creepy. Um, but we don't have a lot of drug dealers or anything like that that live here close to the house. So I really like the area that we're in. It's pretty safe here. But I know other
Yes.
areas can be more dangerous. So like in the capital city here, it's not really recommended to go out and play and hang out at night, especially in the streets. So it just
Yeah, I
depends.
see.
What's the
Yeah,
meaning of
thank you for asking, for answering.
Sure, no
what's the
problem.
meaning? Pardon me. What's the meaning of creepy? You said something about
Um,
creepy?
creepy means that it's kind of scary. Okay, you like kind of have to watch over your shoulders a little bit. Kind of just watching out for other people. You kind of get a feeling that you're being watched.
Okay,
Okay, so
thank
that's
you.
a creepy feeling. Okay, so that would be it. When I was in Guatemala, depending on the city I was in
Yes.
Esquipulas, where I would mainly go, it was relatively safe there, and we could go out at night. But Guatemala City, not so much.
No,
Yeah,
here is very dangerous.
yeah, yeah. Once it got dark, especially if you're American, once it got dark, we would stay inside.
Yes.
So yeah, very good. All right, let's go to you, Juan Marcos. Your question here. All right. Um, okay, so when you were a child, what did you want to grow up to be?
Um, such as if I want to be an engineer or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Did you have, so for example, I wanted to be a pilot. That was
Uh,
my goal, but my eyes got really bad. I wear contacts now,
uh-huh.
but when I was younger, they told me if you wear glasses, you cannot be a pilot. And so I was like, oh, my dreams were devastated because I really wanted to be a pilot. And it wasn't until later on in life when they're like, well, you can be a pilot now if, with certain other requirements, and wear glasses and be just fine, or wear contacts. So anyway, so that was my dream. What was your dream when you were a child? What did you want to be?
Well, when I was like 6 or 7 years old,
Hmm.
I wanted to be a firefighter
Hmm.
or a police officer, but
Okay.
it was a dream because when you are a child, you are not thinking that really you can get burned with fire,
Yeah.
or you can get a shot of a thief or something like that.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm not a police or a firefighter.
Hmm. So you wanted to be a police officer or a firefighter, and that was before you were thinking about, well, these are the things that possibly could happen, right? Um, if you were in those type of jobs, that they would be dangerous, right? Yeah. So I think all of us at one point we think of doing something that's amazing and really cool, out there. But yeah. So cool. So what did you end up doing? What's your job now, Juan Marcos? Juan Marcos, what is your job now? Okay, let's go to Bobby.
Yep.
And Bobby, what kind of food did you like? Okay, when you were younger.
Um, well, I always wanted to have for lunch ice cream. I love the ice cream.
So
And
ice cream.
you know what? I used to say to my grandmother, "Grandma, I want ice cream," and she used to go and bring me ice cream. Then I didn't have the lunch. And why do you give the ice cream to him after lunch? After lunch. So
That's awesome. Very good. So ice cream. Great. Thank you. Let's see. Let's go to Daniela.
Yes.
All right, Daniela.
Yes.
What was your favorite toy when you were a child?
What's my favorite?
Yeah, what was your favorite toy when you were a
Ah,
child?
toy. Oh, Barbie, of course.
There you go.
She's so smiled.
Okay. So yeah, so Barbie.
Yes.
Excellent. Yes, my sisters love to play with the Barbie dolls as well. But I would usually take them. Okay, my sister, I think she had two. She had two Barbie dolls, and I destroyed both of them. I would like take their hair and I would cut their hair off and pull their legs off, everything like that. Yeah, it was bad. It was very bad news.
Typical brother behavior.
Exactly. Exactly. Very good. Let's go to Juan Sepulveda.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like the other Juan took off. Okay. He may have had problems with his connection. So, all right. So, what was your worst punishment as a child?
I remember one of them, right? And my mom didn't let me go outside to play, right?
Okay. So she didn't let you go outside to play for how many days?
1 month.
Whoa!
You know why?
Why?
When I remember when I when I was 5 years old.
Uh-huh.
5 years old, 4 or 5 years old, when a little I cut the hair of the teacher. It was a He was a woman, and I
She was a
cut
woman and you cut her hair?
I cut the hair of the teacher with a scissors,
Oh
right?
no.
Yeah, it was really funny because the hair, well, was a really bad thing, you know.
Sure.
But the woman had a really long hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really really long, and I always see the hair when, and she loved to shake his head and show, and like she really liked, she really enjoyed to show his hair. So I was a little curious about to cut it. I don't know. I wish I was really crazy when I was a little child, little
Uh-huh.
kid.
Yeah.
So I cut and, and
Wow.
really bad. My
And
mom
so
was
you were
really angry.
grounded and so you were grounded for a month. So we call that when you can't go out to play. Okay, there's actually two restricted words for it. In my family, we called it being restricted. Okay, so we were placed on restriction. Okay,
Okay.
restriction, or the other word for it. Whoops.
Yep.
Okay, the other word for it, grounded. All right, so some families called it being grounded. Okay, others said that you're restricted. So I think the longest I ever had was 1 week, and it was because I was playing with fire. I had fire and tennis balls, and so the tennis balls, right? And I would dip them in gasoline. Okay. I took the lawnmower and I emptied the lawnmower of its gasoline. Okay, that was the one thing that was bad. So I used the gasoline for this, and I would dip the tennis balls in gasoline, and I'd light them on fire and throw them. All right, and they would roll down the street, and they looked really cool. Well, the police officer.
You was terrible.
I know, I was really terrible.
That deserve a year.
Well, the police officer didn't think it was that cool looking, and so I had like I was like on my fourth tennis ball, right? Because I just went to the school and I found a whole bunch of old tennis balls. I was like, yeah, these would be great to light on fire, and so I did that, and I would throw them, and they would bounce, and they would stay lit on fire for a while, right? And anyway, so I got caught by the cops, but I was only like 12, so my parents weren't. That bad on me, and plus I go crazy when I can't get out and do something. I go absolutely crazy. So I think it was more for my mother. Yeah, so we call that being grounded. No, I spelled it wrong. I forgot the U. So yes, it's grounded. Okay, being grounded. So that means that you cannot leave either your room or the house. Okay, we also call that being restricted. Okay, my mother used the word restricted. Other people used the word grounded. Okay, very good. So let's see here. Let's go to now. I believe your name is Enes. Is that correct, or is it Ens?
No, قرط الهاشمي.
Okay, Gurut.
الهاشمي.
And where are you from?
I'm from Algeria.
Algeria, fabulous. Okay, let's see what we have for you. All right, so, all right, where did you grow up? Okay, did you move frequently? If so, why?
I grew up in south of Algeria, exactly in Adrar. Before I didn't move a lot of. I didn't traveled a lot, but you mean move frequently means traveled?
No,
Or,
moving means to move to a different house.
ah, I move different house if my parent told me to send a message or how to say or have for purpose or
Okay. So when we use the word to move, all right, that means that you move from one place where you're living to another house to live. Okay. So
yes.
for example, when I was a child, I moved 3 times. I moved with my parents. We moved from California to Arizona, and then we stayed there for about 7 years. And then when I was 8, we moved from a house there in Arizona to another house, and then we stayed there until I was about 19, and then we moved to Utah. And by that time, I was living in Argentina. And
Teacher,
so,
sorry,
yes,
the first time I didn't understand exactly what you mean by move,
that's okay. That's okay.
but now I understand exactly. We didn't move a lot.
Okay.
We stay in the same place. All my
Okay.
childhood is in the same place.
Okay, so you stayed in the same place for your childhood. Great,
Yes.
great, awesome. And my poor children, we've moved many times all over the place, and it's mainly my fault because I like to move around. I like to see new places and go other places, and so I hope they don't hate me when they're older and like, why did we move so much? Like, because I love it. Very good.
How many children do you have?
I have 2 children. I have 2 children, and together we've lived in 5 different countries.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But teacher, it's hard to leave your neighborhood and your family and
Um, nowadays, well, see, I'm a very independent person, and I always was. Right when I graduated from high school, I moved out of my house. And it wasn't because I didn't like my parents. I loved my parents very much. But I just wanted to go and explore. And so that's the type of person I am. I'm also the type of person that if I see you in the supermarket or whatever, I'll strike up a conversation. So when I came here to Costa Rica, I came here first before my family came here, and I didn't know anybody. All right, and so for the first little bit before my job started up, I would go around and I would talk to people and I would meet people. Some people think that's crazy, but I think that's just normal for me. So I would walk around, and I would walk probably about 15 kilometers, maybe about 20 kilometers in between there, 15 to 20 kilometers a day. And I would investigate the city. I would talk to people, figure out where things were at, things like that. But that's how I am. It's an interesting way to live. My wife, she's not like that. She likes to move and be with me in these different places, but it's hard for her when she gets to a new place to go and meet new people and things like that. And I'm really outgoing, and I'll go talk to whoever. It doesn't really matter. So for me, I make connections with people. I do, but I can break those connections and go and make new connections with other people. But then I still keep in contact through Skype and phone calls and stuff like that, or email. But yeah, I live a little bit different of a life. Very good. Let's go to Ali here. He's been waiting patiently. How you doing, Ali?
Hello, how are you? I'm fine, I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let's see here. Okay, so your question is, who took care of you when you were little? Okay, was it your parents, your grandparents, a nanny, a daycare center? Okay, who took care of you?
I don't understand what exactly do you mean. How little?
When you were a child, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, into
My
your
mother.
teenage years.
My mother. My
Okay,
mother took care of
so your mother, great.
Yes, my
Yeah.
father. My father worked in Iraq from 1980 to 1985. He left when I was 2 years old and came back when I was 7 years old.
Ah, okay.
So,
It,
yeah.
it sounds like he moved out of there,
No,
right?
no, no, no.
Well, he
No.
moved away from Iraq and came back with you. When I think maybe 3, 4 years before the Iraq War
No,
between the United States and.
no, 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 no. No, 1980. In 1980, my father, he took a job in Iraq as a consultant to Saddam Hussein government. And those times Saddam Hussein wasn't so mad, so crazy.
So
Yes,
crazy, yes.
yes, he was just regular guy, regular dictator,
Yeah.
and he treated his people as properly as dictator can. So
Okay.
actually nobody complained in Iraq.
Yeah.
And from Soviet Union, my father, as consultant, he took that job, and we traveled. We went to Iraq and stayed for, I think, 8 months. And after that, Iraq war started.
Yes.
Iraq-Iran war. Yes, it was 1980.
Gotcha.
And we all families of Soviet specialists, they left the war zone. And some specialists left as well, but my father and I think about 100 people, they left to consult to Saddam Hussein government to build to rebuild war zone
Gotcha.
during the war and after war.
Okay.
So yeah, he forced to stay there for 5 years, and he didn't come back even for vacations and so on for 5 years. Yeah, and my mother took care of me, and after those 5 years, he came back, and that's it.
There you go. Cool.
Mhm.
Cool. Very good. Thank you. Let's see. Do we have any other newcomers here? Mark, how you doing, Mark?
Hello,
Hi, Mark. Where are you from?
I'm from Spain.
From Spain. Excellent. Okay. Um, all right. So your question here is, how are you similar to your parents, and how are you different?
It's a good question. But I think that I similar that the physical aspect maybe.
Okay. So you're similar in the way that you look.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you different?
Maybe in the way to solve the problems or to establish a new way to solve it.
Okay. All right. So maybe in thinking. All right.
Yeah.
So in the physical appearance, you probably look like your parents do, right? All right. But
Yeah.
in solving problems, in the way that you think and your rationalizations, okay, or your logic, okay, may be a little different, or is different because of the times, probably. Okay, new technologies and things like that. So, okay, very cool. Thank you.
You are right. You
Let's
are right.
let's go
You
to.
are right.
All right. Let's go to Norbert. How you doing, Norbert?
Hi, Jill. How are you?
I'm doing good. All right, let's see. So we're talking about childhood this hour. And Norbert, describe the first memory you have of going to school.
Hmm, I think I can't. It was a long time ago.
Okay, let's see. All right, so how about this one here? Do you think children today eat too much fast food and don't play enough sports or games or play outside?
Um, I don't know the the children today, so because I am not in an environment where there are a lot of children. But Hungary isn't America, so I think here children don't eat too much fast food.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I don't see children on the streets. When I was younger, we always were in the streets and we played soccer or
Mm-hmm.
we went to ride a bike. But nowadays, I can't see children on the streets, and I don't think that there are less children, but maybe they are in front of the computer or something like that. So
Okay.
yeah, the second one may be true that they don't play enough sports.
Yeah, yeah. So, because they're in front of the computer, Body here says the internet and video
Yeah.
games. All right, and do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Um, I think it's kind of bad because they not just spend the time in front of the computer, they spend too much time.
Mm-hmm.
So if they would play sports in the afternoon and in the
Mm-hmm.
evening they go to the internet, that would be okay. So
Sure.
I like internet. I wouldn't I would can't live without internet, I think. But sport also very important.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would agree. There's pluses and minuses to both, and using too much of one thing, even sports. I mean, if you're out all day playing sports and you don't do your schoolwork, okay, or you don't learn about something different, that could
But
be a bad thing for
maybe
you as well.
it was easier for us when I was a child. There wasn't I didn't have internet.
Yeah,
And
nor did I.
I had
Uh,
a computer later, but internet was after 3 or 4 years later I got the computer.
mhm.
So and
I didn't.
I had a lot of free time, and what could I do? I went hang out with my friends. But
Yeah,
nowadays it's harder for children because the computer just don't let you go.
yeah. Good, good. So, um, it was funny for me. My dad works with computers, and so we've always had computers in our house. But I never. It was always used for work. Okay, and it wasn't until my little brother came along and he started downloading music and stuff like that. But this was when I was in high school, so I didn't do anything on the internet, literally anything on the internet, until I was 21 years old. Okay.
Um,
I got back from, I used it a little bit when I was in Argentina. I saw the internet cafes and things like that. But still, even then, I didn't have an email address. Okay. And this was 10 years ago, you guys. Okay. So you may be thinking about that or going, wow, I've kind of lived with internet my whole life. Yeah. So I didn't do anything on internet until I was about 20, 21 years old. Right. So everything I did, I played music, I played sports, and I hung out with my friends. Right. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't do any of that. Okay. I kept it all up here in my head. I had like 100 telephone numbers memorized. Right. And I'd go up to the telephone, things like that. I had it all memorized. It was really funny because now I can't even tell you, hardly any of the phone numbers that I had from before. Why? Because I go to my cell phone and they're all right there. But yeah,
so it has positive side and negative sides as well.
yeah, definitely, definitely. So very interesting. Cool. Thank you. Let's go to Nura,
Yes, teacher.
and let's get a question for you. Okay, what childhood, and not necessarily diseases, but what childhood sicknesses did you have?
Oh, yeah, I was have fever when I was young.
Okay.
Because I didn't take steering when I was young in my school.
Ah, okay. So you got a fever.
Yeah, I don't like steering.
Did you ever have? Now I don't know what it would be. Chicken pox, and this is what they look like. Okay, so you get these spots like this poor little boy here. So you get these spots all over your body. Okay, did you get
Yeah.
chicken pox when you were younger?
Yeah.
So you did get these as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got those, and it's man, that was probably the worst thing ever. Okay, I got chicken pox, and then I also used to get just like I just got this last week, laryngitis. It's because I have really
Yeah.
bad sinuses, but I got that a lot. So what a bummer. I hated being sick when I was younger. The only good thing about being sick was that you didn't have to go to school, right?
Yeah.
All right. Very good. Let's go to Juan Marcos. Are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
There we go. Let's see here. Did you have a nickname when you were younger?
Let's remember. Uh, yes, I do remember that I have a nickname, but I don't know how to say when the nickname is to damage you. It's made to
Ah,
to
so
hurt you.
it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't a nickname. It was like we would still call that a nickname, but it's more of like a teasing nickname. Okay,
Yes,
so it was more, and that word is teasing.
yes, and you know when you are a child or a teenager, the people could be very um, very very mean without knowing the consequences of saying something or things like that.
Yeah, yeah, and kids can definitely be very mean. So you had a nickname, but it wasn't a really good nickname, right?
Yes.
All right, all right. Let's see. Let's go to Bobby.
Okay.
All right, Bobby. Let's see. Okay. Were you afraid of anything when you were younger?
Uh, well, there was okay, a traditional food here is the kit. It's something prepared with kit in this region, and first I remember that my aunt has had a kit on their yard, and then I arrive and I go back crying, saying something like in Spanish. I said, "Yo tiene mucho miedo, chivo." Me.
So you were afraid of goats?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and it was a baby goat. Okay. So a kid is we would all that's referred to as a baby goat. Okay. And
Okay.
see, my parents, they had a goat when I was younger, and that's where we got our milk from. We had a goat, and we had goat milk every day. But goats or baby goats terrified you when you were younger?
Yeah.
That's funny. Were you also scared of the dark?
The dark. Well, yeah, I think so. But
Yeah,
I had always my grandmother, so with me, yeah, it's something like overprotecting me. So,
sure.
yeah.
Now, yeah, I was afraid of the dark. Was there anybody else when they were younger? Were you guys scared of the
Yeah,
dark as well?
Me.
Dog,
Yeah,
yeah.
everybody.
yeah. Oh man, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would see things in the window.
Hmm.
Okay, I'd be like, no,
The
don't get
boogeyman.
me.
There,
Yeah.
there was
Oh.
there was a time when a chair was in my room, and
Uh-huh.
I always thought that there are someone, and
Yeah.
I was yeah.
Your mind does crazy things, especially when you're really tired and then when it's dark, right? Oh man, it's crazy. Very good. All right, let's go to Juan Sepulveda.
Right.
All right, so Juan, what were your favorite cartoons and TV shows when you were younger?
That's the laboratory.
I can barely hear you.
Okay, and I really enjoyed to watch. Oh, it was Dexter Laboratory
Okay, so Dexter's Laboratory. Okay,
and Cow and Chicken.
Cowboy Chicken.
No, Cow and Chicken.
Oh yes, Cow and Chicken. That was funny.
Really fun. The right, really enjoyed. I really enjoyed to watch this
Okay.
cartoon.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
Let's go to Daniela.
Yes,
All right, Daniela.
yes.
Let's see. Okay, so what did you like to do when you were a child? What were your favorite hobbies?
Oh, I'd like very much sing.
Oh, great.
Yes,
Can you
yes.
sing for us here?
No, no, better no. It's better for us no. And I used to sing in front of the mirror every day with radio, with the CD or something like that, with the television, and I use the false microphone with everything.
Yeah, I used to do that as well. In my bedroom, we had a fan. Okay, so we had a fan, and it had a string that would come down, right? And I would tie. What did I have? Something. It looked like a microphone, but it wasn't a microphone, right? And so it would be hanging down in the bedroom, and we'd use that to sing on. And then we'd have like tennis rackets, right? Those would be our guitars,
Indeed.
and we would me and my friends, we would have this band, right? And we would turn on the radio and we would listen to like the Scorpions or AC/DC, right? And also Aerosmith, and we'd play this rock music, and we'd rock out and play our guitars and stuff like that as we were playing in the bedroom. Yeah, I did that a lot. That was really fun. Very cool. All right, let's go to let's see who's up next. Ali?
Yes.
Ali, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, what was your favorite game when you were younger? What did you like to play, and who did you play with?
It's pretty embarrassing because my favorite game was card playing card.
Playing
Yeah.
cards?
Yes, and I started pretty young when I was 6 years old.
Really?
Yes, and I played cards with my cousins, with my friends, and then we played cards till even in university, in school, everywhere. Of course,
Wow.
yes. Until some point, we played cards just for playing, just for fun.
Uh-huh.
But when we got when we grew up and we became 16, 17 years old,
Uh-huh.
we played for money.
Wow.
Yes, yes. That was my favorite game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, very cool. Do you still play cards now?
No, I
Nope.
stopped in my 23 when I saw that because of cards, because of gambling, he wasn't my friend or very good. I don't know. I actually didn't have anything to do with him,
Hmm.
but I saw that he got in very huge problems with this.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, he
of debt,
got.
owing people money, things like that?
That was the first one, the first his problem, and the second was that he got into the fight, and this fight is ended with knives, with guns, and so on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was pretty huge, very non good looking, all these events. So I just stopped and never took it again.
There you
It
go.
was I was 23.
Sure.
Mhm.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Let's go to Garut.
Hi, teacher.
All right. Let's see. Um, okay. So, what were some embarrassing situations when you were a child?
I think my embarrassing situation when my parents didn't let me to play or they stopped me to play.
Okay. So when.
Because when I was child, I just care about just playing,
Mhm.
nothing on. Yes.
Okay. So you only cared about playing, and would they like say things in front of your friends? Would they say things like that in front of your friends, like, "No, you can't come out and play," and maybe scold you, or were you just embarrassed because your friends were out doing things and you couldn't go out and hang out with them?
I want to all time I care about meeting my friends and play soccer and or something else.
Okay. All
Yes.
right. Yeah. And so sometimes your parents don't let you do things, and that's a little embarrassing, right?
Yes.
Very good. Okay. Thank you. Let's go to Norbert.
Yes.
All right, Norbert. Let's see what we have. Let's see here. Okay. This one here for you. What kind of food did you like when you were younger? Okay, were you a picky eater? Would you only eat certain things? Or were you like me and you would eat anything and everything?
Um, Wait a minute, I have to find the word. Um, yeah, I was very picky when I was young.
Okay.
For example, I didn't eat eggs or something like that, and I usually stayed for a food that I hated. I don't like it, even if I didn't taste it.
Really?
Yeah, and and also I had a lot of I had bad memories from the past, from the kindergarten. There was a food and I didn't want to eat that, but the teacher one um, so forced me to eat,
Hmm.
and after that in the night I had to go to the hospital because my stomach I don't know what is that word. Um,
Your stomach was hurting? You had maybe
yeah,
food poisoning?
yeah, and it got bigger. And sorry, I didn't know that word, but yeah. So from that, I don't like that food. I got to what is that word? Okay, so I was a picky one, but nowadays I eat everything.
Okay. And what did you like? What did you like to eat most when you were younger?
I don't know. My memory is very bad. It was a
Okay.
long time ago.
All right, no problem. Now, picky means that you don't eat everything. You only eat certain things.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's what the word picky means. It's you're really you want you only eat. Let's say you don't like rice. Okay, you don't like rice. You don't eat it. Okay, and no matter what your parents do, you don't eat rice. Okay, we had the issue with beans. All right, and being here in Costa Rica or really in Central and South America, if you don't eat rice and you don't eat beans, I mean, what else is there left to eat? I mean, what are you going to eat? And so yeah, because we have rice and we have beans almost every meal, tortillas, and then we do a lot of vegetables and things like that as well. But yeah, my son for a little bit he didn't want to eat beans, and I was like, come on, man. They're not that bad. They're delicious. So, yeah, that's what picky means. You don't eat certain things. There was only two things that I wouldn't eat when I was younger. I didn't like fish. Okay, and it's because I tasted shark. So we caught a shark when we were at the ocean one year, and I tasted it, and it tasted horrible. So I had in my mind that all fish tasted horrible, which is not true. I eat fish now, and I actually love fish. I prefer fish over other meats. And then tomatoes. For some reason, I did not like tomatoes.
Yeah.
But I don't eat. I do eat tomatoes now. It depends on what I'm eating it with. But like my daughter, she can get a tomato and she can eat a tomato like an apple. Absolutely crazy. I don't know how she does it, but yeah, she loves tomatoes. But very good. Thank you guys for coming to class. It was great having you here, finding out more about you, and hearing about your childhood. Have a great day. I'm going to take a break for about 2 hours and then be back for my afternoon classes. Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
guys. We'll
Thank
see you.
you.